All right, guys, welcome back to another splendid episode of Mental Theater. We just wrapped up our Netflix party watching Underworld Rise of the Lycans. Now, Chloé, you had some very strong thoughts about this film. Would you care to share?
It's my favorite of the series that I've
Really?
seen. Yes. It had everything in it. It had love, it had hate, it was a war. There were vampires and there were werewolves, and the storyline was pretty dope compared to the other one. Like, the other ones didn't really keep my interest, to be honest.
Okay, that's good. Is that a dire wolf on your shirt there, Josh?
It is.
Okay.
The North remembers.
North remembers. Nice. I like that.
Great spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think, Mike?
It's a great movie. I like. Speaking of North remembers, it reminds me of Game of Thrones, that movie. So that's why I like it a lot. I like movies set, in that time period. And I was telling Tony on the other thing, when he killed his daughter, it reminded me of when Ned's father and brother got burned in the Iron Throne, and how that whole thing started. So it was very interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So. It's not my favorite. I like the first one still the best. Then we went back, but it's interesting. I'm curious about, like, Victor. Did he go to sleep and then wake back up when he like turns to lean? It's weird.
He did.
Okay.
But
yeah, that part kind of confused me at the end. I was like, okay, he stabbed him in the head, but is that how you kill a vampire?
I mean, they're already undead, so you can always come back. Technically.
Well, unless the sun gets you, apparently.
Right. Exactly.
So that's the only way they can die.
That negates the magic, similar to how sunlight, usually kills viruses and other things.
Or I guess they get, like, decapitated, kind of like how she did them in the first movie. A little bit. So that's a little.
It'd be interesting to see, but yeah, I can see why, Chloé, this is your favorite. This is definitely my second favorite. I still love the first one because it was a classic.
Yep.
Just kind of like with Star Wars, like New Hope's always gonna, be up there. But I think that in terms of quality, this was on par with was it the Empire Strikes Back. It was that meaningful to me. Like, I actually like this way more than the second one. And I love the plot of the second one of Evolution, but Rise of the Lycans, we get Michael Sheen back. So he did a wonderful performance. And then, like Chloé was saying with the plot, old-fashioned Romeo, Juliet type of plot, and then set in medieval times. So I'm about to start calling Big Mike Medieval Mike.
The guy who didn't like dragons and all that type of stuff. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, yeah.
How about that?
So Close is our favorite movie, Anthony.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So I understand why you like him as a werewolf now. I get it. And then I'm a sucker for backstories. Like, I'm a sucker for backstories. Like, I need to know context.
Yeah, prequels are good. I do like prequels and backstories. Yeah.
You know what they did good is at the very end where you hear I forgot the guy's voice as he was explaining to her already.
Raven.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like, this is like the ultimate tie-in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Josh still, like, so did Victor go to sleep now and then wake up to when he turns to lean and go back to sleep? Like, I'm confused about that whole part.
I don't. Well, at some point they found had to have found his body, and then I'm curious if from
it looked like he was just going to sleep just now on the boat, but then at some point he turns Celine into a vampire, so he had to wake back up.
Yeah, you're right.
Did he go back to sleep? I'm like, what? That's part of
yeah. Because remember, the whole thing was each of the elders had a certain amount of time they had to sleep for. So kind of like you got the reign, you had your reign where you reigned for so long as like the leader of that coven, and then you went to sleep, and then they awoke in someone else. So that's why when Marcus was like when they woke up Marcus, they was like, oh, we woke you up. You wasn't supposed to be woken up for another 1,000 years. And Marcus was like, what? And they had to explain that Victor got killed, so they had to wake him up in part 2.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused about this whole sleep thing, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to figure.
You thought he died?
Who?
Victor.
Well, I'm confused. It looked like he was going to sleep just now. So I mean, but at some point he had to wake up to turn Celine and her family. But didn't Marcus would have woke up before Victor if he's already asleep right now? Like, I'm confused when they both were asleep or awake. That's right, my whole thing.
As you see with the timeline, they're in medieval times, so there's at least a couple centuries to go before he's back up again.
Right. Wouldn't that mean that Marcus would have woke up first though if he's already asleep right now when we're watching?
No, maybe somebody else. I think the answer was somebody else probably took over. Just somebody else took over.
Went into hiding personally. After that, they took that L right there. They got. They had to go into hiding. You saw what Victor did. Victor wanted no smoke in that battle. He knew what to do.
That's another thing about them. So could not what's his name? Lucian. He couldn't turn earlier. Like it took him that long to turn to the werewolf. Did I miss something?
Apparently. I mean, I thought he could change regardless of the full moon, but who knows?
No, yeah, he could. Remember when he was in the cell and he got mad and he I got mad and you seen his face change and everything. He did that out of anger, so he could have changed at will.
Right.
So why didn't he change when she was about to die?
Right.
Because he would have died too. Like I mean, he wasn't going to be able to stop him. Yeah. And they all had the things at his throat, so he would have changed. They would have instantly stabbed him, and he would have died.
But they weren't. They couldn't get in the room because they were vampires. If the sun was out.
No. Well, they stood back at the little spots and had the little beams come down.
I'm with Chloe. And why didn't he change when he first came back to save her? Like he should have been changed a long time ago.
I don't remember the thing being around his neck.
No, I thought they was all standing there with like spears, like to his neck.
No, not. She's talking about when she burned up in the room. Nobody was in there except for him and her.
Oh well, when they burnt her in the room, he was in his cage, right?
No.
Oh.
He broke out of the shackles eventually with the full moon or whatever. Maybe that gave him all his power. I don't know. I was a little confused. I was like, why didn't he do this 10 minutes earlier?
That's what I said. Same thing.
I gotta watch it again. I wasn't, fully paying attention.
I was.
It seems like the rules of turning are not as weird in this movie than they are in the other movies, stuff like that.
Well, usually in the other movies, you have to wait to the full moon. So I feel like for this, if this was followed the full moon trend, then the vampires would just be superior by far. But this, in order for them to change at will, now they make good adversaries, So.
But how would they even become pets if they could change at will? That's the part that I don't understand. They should have been changing.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it was just way more vampires and werewolves, in order for them to enslave them. I mean, think about it. When you think of the whole slave thing, is usually the less amount of people that's getting enslaved because you don't have enough people to overrule your captors.
Yeah. I don't know. I got to watch and read about this again. It got to be something.
Yeah. Trust me. Somebody definitely have. I'm gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure somebody made a Underworld explanation or something on YouTube.
Yeah.
They should have been rose up, to be honest. Like it was that's the only thing that was a little weird to me. It's like, oh, they finally rose up because his love of his life died. Like, really?
Yeah, but you could say that for a lot of different,
I mean, it's a movie, but
right.
What do you like to say, Mike? Suspense and disbelief or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Suspension of disbelief.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want to explain that to the viewers?
Basically you forgo all logic for sake of entertainment, basically.
There we go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Kind of like Home Alone when they should have died about 4 or 5 times. Like
Kevin should have got captured 4 or 5 times as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. I agree with that. But overall though, it is really good. The other two are not as good, Chloe, but
how did they get him out the ocean? I missed that part.
They didn't even show that. Victor, right? You talking about?
Yeah.
They didn't even show it. He just wanted him on the boat.
He just randomly ended up on somebody's boat. Like,
I mean, we saw what's his name? The dude, the shiesty guy who was he was already paddling out with the elders, so he had his own task. So I feel like Victor thought this all the way through. Personally, that's what I saw.
It seemed like he did think it through though, because he went down there,
It like right away, things like that.
Yeah.
And then he also stabbed in the head. So doesn't that negate the theory of if you chop their heads off, they die?
But that's how she killed him in the first movie. She chopped his head off, if you remember.
But I mean, his head was still intact here.
Oh, so
Yeah.
as long as it's intact, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
If I encounter a vampire.
No, I think it goes back to you guys' original point about the sunlight. I think sunlight literally negates everything else. I think they can still survive because they're the undead. They're vampires. You can always be revived. It's just a matter of, are you important enough to be revived? If you're one of the elders, then yes.
That makes sense.
Wait, don't the vampires, can't they rejuvenate and stuff? I mean, not vampires, the Lycans.
I mean, because of the virus, they can always, infect a whole bunch of people easily.
No, I meant like if they're injured, don't they have healing powers?
Yeah, they do heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's why if you go back, go ahead, Josh.
No, keep going.
That's why if you go back to the first movie, I didn't like that Lucian didn't get a battle with Victor because of what Victor did to Lucian back in the day. Yeah, I know it was Celine centric, but it would have been nice if Victor and Lucian had kind of a standoff too in that first movie. Kind of like reflective to me, after seeing the third movie, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, like they both were in the movie, but they never had any dialogue towards each other. So I didn't like that whole thing. So.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, but it was still, they're all great movies. I'm happy Chloé got a chance to see him finally, since she didn't see him before. And whatnot. So
I was lost. Now I understand.
Where are you at now? You're always in a different room every time we're on this thing.
I'm in the office.
Oh.
They're power washing so the bees don't get us. They're getting rid of the hornet's nest. So
finally, that's good because you were so scared of those. You're so scared of those bees. So yeah,
listen, we've had battles over the past week. I'm just gonna say that, and I've been losing.
Okay, so Miguel, now that you've had a chance to see the Tenet trailer, the second one, let's say, how do you feel about that trailer?
I thought the trailer was it's a Nolan-esque type trailer. Gives you enough without giving you too much.
Oh yeah.
I thought that I definitely love the John David Washington casting in the first place. I'm a fan of his, so altogether. Oh yeah, from Ballers. You watched Ballers, right? When it was on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, stuff like that. And of course, Robert Pattinson. I think he's going to be he's a great casting choice as well. And by them putting that trailer out, it seems to me they're trying to keep that July 17th date. So I don't know. Maybe they know something that we don't.
That's true. And maybe my cousin Jason, shout out to Jay, is right in that maybe they already decided to release it on HBO Max.
Tenet?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't see that happening. Is that a Warner Brothers movie though, Tenet?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that'll go to streaming. I think Nolan wants that in the theaters bad, kind of. So I think that'll
yeah. I mean, it's meant to see in the theaters. You know how he makes films. It has to be done.
Yeah. I mean, the New York governor just said teams can do training camps now in his state. So I see by July 17th the movie theater being open now. I'm sorry to say. Not saying I'll be there, but I see it'll be open. So.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Tony's going to the drive-in tonight, actually. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard. Did he say what he's going to see?
It's a double feature at the drive-in, so he gets Sonic and Jumanji for $11.
Wow, that's not bad.
Wait, $11 per person? Or per couple?
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. I don't know. I think it's per person, but it's still double feature. But I don't know.
And I'm curious about those concession prices on that.
$1 million for popcorn. Where's the purse? I'm bringing my purse, guys. The giant.
You got a big purse?
A picnic basket.
Picnic basket.
And then, Big Mike, did you hear this news that the cast was very confused by the plot when they first got the script, which I thought was very interesting. But it sounds to me like a Christopher Nolan film because he's just usually out there breaking boundaries of what, let's say, fans will suspend their disbelief for.
I did not, but I'm reading it right now. That's pretty. That's definitely Nolan-esque. You know, I mean, it's like Inception, Dunkirk, you know, Dark Knight. I would love to see Nolan get a hold of another superhero movie, to be honest with you. So I think
I
that'll
mean,
be
the superhero that I want is James Bond. Let's go.
even if we got Nolan with that, you know, that'll be interesting too. But um I didn't see that, but you know, it didn't matter what it was called. I would have saw it regardless. I think I'm a fan of his. I just like you know, as a director. He's not my favorite, I will say right now, but he's definitely up there. So
absolutely. And then we also have Avatar 2 news, which was surprising to me because I had no idea.
Avatar fan, Chloe. Okay.
I had no idea they were filming. Like I thought they were already done. It was just like it was in the lab for the the CGI people to get a hold of, but apparently not.
No, they're in New Zealand. New Zealand's open, I think, right now, so they can actually film there.
Absolutely.
I think so. They're but aren't they filming? Aren't they doing 3 more movies? I think, right?
They are 2, 3, and 4 back to back to back. They're shooting it like how they did Lord of the Rings, like all in a row.
How do you think? You know, well, shouts out to Zoe Saldana, who is just a part of Amazing Properties, by the way. So
franchise killer,
franchise killer, man. It's like her gross revenue for movies got to be up there with the greatest of all time. Like,
yeah, she's going to surpass Samuel L. Jackson in no time.
Yeah, she is. But because there's the Guardians coming out too, she'll be a part of. So you know, she'll surpass that in no time. However, what do you think about 3 more movies coming out for Avatar?
I think they really have to get the plot so juicy in this one that you can't wait to see the rest. Like it really has to be like an entirely new trilogy, obviously using tropes from the previous films, but at the same time an entirely new adventure that you can sink your teeth into. I think they might be able to hit this one into the cheap seats.
Yeah, they should. Whenever it does come out, they should definitely like release the first one again. For like
probably on Disney Plus, right? Fox.
No, just put it in the theater. I'm saying for like a week or 2.
Oh, okay, that's a great point. Yeah,
and let people go see it, and then go see it. Because if you remember, I don't think they do it anymore. But like after like I want to say like back in like phase 2, like they would like put all the movies from phase 1 in the theaters at like one day. You can see them all, and then like see the latest movie. Yeah. Same thing with phase 3. At one point, it was like 10 hours of Marvel movies, and then you watched the new movie, and it was like all one package or whatever. It was crazy. So
that's very interesting. I wonder if
there's too many movies.
Will that have to be digital only and streaming?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't they also have Pandora Worlds in Disney? Didn't they open Avatar?
Right? Yeah, they bought Fox. So they should. They're going to have Naboo from Star Wars. They're going to have Pandora, like Chloé said, for Avatar. They're going to have a lot of worlds at their theme parks because their theme parks are taking a massive hit. But this will help them get back into those parks with a great movie.
I think those charges are going to be they're going to charge a lot when they come back, those theme parks. But that's another topic for the day to get to recoup.
Absolutely. And then some good news for you, Miguel. Apparently, in the state of California, they're allowing filming again for movies and TV shows. And I would imagine because of John's trip to Atlanta, Georgia will be back up soon as well. And we all know that Georgia has a great relationship with Marvel. So most likely Winter Soldier and the Falcon will probably be available this fall if they get to go back to filming very soon.
Well, that's good news for Disney, Disney Plus, and especially because they don't have any new content really to show him. I haven't even watched the freaking Mandalorian documentary because it's like it's I don't know, it's neither here nor there. So.
Exactly. I had to promise myself I would watch it this week so we could talk about it on Sunday. Just to do something.
Yeah, I'll watch it during this week. But no, yeah, they need new content, and those are things we're looking forward to. So that'd be dope. Atlanta, they got so many studios there, Tyler Perry Studios and stuff like that. So I'm sure they'll be able to use that, and hopefully they get that stuff out and done because people just want to see stuff. So especially Disney Plus in particular, because people who are paying for that, like what am I paying for? Nothing new comes on here, so they want to watch DuckTales every day. So they want to get some new content. So,
Chloé, have you been watching anything on Disney Plus, like even like retro TV or films?
Say that again.
Have you watched anything on Disney Plus at all?
No, I'm still, I have to get my subscription up to date. So
Fair enough.
fair enough. I mean, I watched it at school. Like one of my coworkers had it, so we used to let the kids watch That's So Raven. Yeah, I used to love that show. The kids love That's So Raven. And what was the other? Is the Proud Family on there? Am I making that up?
Yeah, I think you're making that up.
I'm not sure.
Plus That's So Raven and some other show. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Disney Plus.
Oh, you don't have it yet. You never got it yet. You're saying? Well, it's only $7, Chloé. So you should hop on that a little bit. So
I got rid of Netflix. So
you got rid of Netflix?
Hmm?
Well, how'd you even watch this?
I have connections all over the globe, Mike. Like, come on.
But apparently not with Disney Plus, Miguel. So go figure.
So any viewers want to connect, let's do this.
Want to Instagram link in the description.
I would love to see a survey of how many women in particular, Josh, are getting free Netflix. Because it's like a lot of guys here like, hey, you have my password. Go ahead, sure. But it's like a lot of women getting it.
Absolutely. And Tony Jr. is back.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. I got some technical issues at my house, so I'm getting my Dish network redone and reran and all this stuff. So, yeah.
Is it all done or?
No, he still has to go back on my roof and do some other stuff. So, yeah.
Why don't you ask him his thoughts, Josh, on the stuff you asked me about?
Oh, absolutely. So, and did you get a chance to see the new Tenet trailer? I know you weren't that impressed with the first one.
You know what's funny? I actually put it in the thing. I was the one that put it in the our chat.
Nice. Did you like it? I mean, what'd you think?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm intrigued to see it because of the whole sci-fi of time reversing and all that stuff. So I'm dying to see how that's gonna play out. So it still looks like a movie I'll go see. I just didn't feel like it was that blockbuster. Everybody's gonna be like, I gotta see this movie, But I like that type of stuff. So it's interesting though. The trailer, I feel like it leaves a lot of like it's not a straightforward trailer, so it leaves a lot it leaves a lot for the mind to want to know, which is good. I don't like when trailers show you too much and then you feel like you already know how the movie's gonna go. So I did enjoy it.
Couple things. Well, one, so it's funny you said that. So you don't think that movie might be the one that brings everybody to the theater, like when they open back up, like that particular one?
No, that's not what I said. What I said was the trailer. From watching the trailer, it doesn't look like the big blockbuster movie that you'll see and be like, oh my God, I got to see. I'm just saying personally for myself.
Okay.
When I see certain, like what we talked about in the past, we were talking about the Tenet, and you guys are saying you think Tenet's going to be super big. Again, you guys are knowledgeable as far as who's directing it, who wrote it. So you're going off of this guy never makes a bad movie. I'm going off of, I don't know who made it or wrote the script. But when I see the trailer, I'm like, I mean, it looks good, but I mean, So if it wasn't for me being a sci-fi junkie, I would be like, I'll wait till it come on Netflix. But I'm interested to know like what's up with this whole how are they doing time?
Gotcha.
That's a great point, and because actually the cast, when they got the script, they were incredibly confused about the plot. But I guess in a good way, that's like, oh wow, I didn't think you could do that, Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be very, very interesting to see. And Tony, we also talked about how the state of California will, in a couple of weeks, be opening up filming for TV shows and films. And as you know from watching New Year Radio, Brother John went to ATL this past weekend.
Right.
So I'm thinking, the state of Georgia as well has to be opening up. And we all know that Marvel has a great relationship with filming in Georgia. So perhaps, Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be back on schedule for this fall.
Here's what's cool. I have some insight on that. I can make a call. A buddy of mine, my friend who was in The Walking Dead, he actually did some stuff for Marvel, and he actually lives in Georgia, currently. So he actually moved to Georgia because when he got into filming. So he lived in PA in Jersey, and then he moved to Georgia because of filming. Matter of fact, he just went to want to say Tennessee. He is also a tattoo artist. So I want to say Tennessee. He just went to tattoo somebody that he knows. So he drove 6 hours to do a bunch of tattoo, but he was gonna make a lot of money by going in a certain area where all these people was waiting to get tattooed. But so I'm gonna ask him about that because he does have a relationship with Marvel on a small end, but as far as the film. But I listen. Not everybody's like Mike, and not everybody's like me. Listen, man, I'm gonna open this thing up, and Mike's gonna, oh my God, no, I want to sit in my bathtub. But you know, listen,
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. We had this conversation before.
You definitely are. You trying to?
Listen. We're not. Open it up. That don't affect me. Open it all up. Film. That don't affect me personally, right, Chloé? See what I'm saying? I'm on the open this up trend. You open it up.
You want to
open what up? There.
Open what up? Open what
everything.
Up? Everything.
Theaters.
You was not saying that before.
Gosh, literally, I said you can open. I said it on our show, Tony. I said it don't affect the individual. So they can open. I said on this show, we can open it up tomorrow. I won't be there, but they can open it up. That's fine.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. So if they open up supermarkets, or what are you gonna do? Sit home and just keep getting?
They've been open. They never stopped. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is no. What did you do? You ran out in the very beginning. What? Oh, you can give it to him. You ran out in the very beginning and stockpiled, right?
Where is he?
So you don't have to. He's on the roof. So you don't have to. You didn't have to go back out, right? You made that clear.
Right.
So you stockpile, so you don't have to go to the supermarkets, right? But now, right. So now when everything. Man, there's too much distractions in my life, man. But
this is great.
Yeah, this is definitely not great. But what I'm saying is enough stuff open, like you gotta be involved. You can't just sit in your bathtub, is what I'm saying. So you listen, you want that haircut, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Take that hat off. So if you ain't take that hat off, you want the haircut.
Chloé, would you tell him you won't be there either when it opens up?
Well, my theory is, or my strategy is, once everything is open, I'm going to wait about 14 days to see how everyone's affected. Gotcha. And then I'll decide what am I going to do based on the people that I know who have gone out and lived that life.
Right. Solid logic, unlike some people that want to just sit in the bathtub and hide from
everything. How is my logic solid when I'm telling them?
No. I said Chloe's logic is solid. Let's get that.
Oh yeah, how's mine not solid? What I'm saying, they should have maybe never close stuff up, honestly, because we're all individuals. We have right. I said this on our show to do what we want to do. If they decide to open things up, that's just the government telling you we're open up. It doesn't affect you as an individual. So I'm telling you, you can do what you want. I won't be there. It's my thing. So open up all together.
You definitely in the beginning. You definitely didn't have the same energy.
I had to decline.
I was worried about other people who was like, out there and it spread. And but the more I thought about it, it don't affect me. I'm in my house, so they can open up all they want to. Honestly,
well, I'm just glad you said the more you thought about it.
Yeah.
So you're making it clear that this wasn't what you were saying in the beginning.
So does anyone have a date?
I'm doing it.
Feel comfortable? Like after this date, I'll be more interested in going out and seeing what's up in the world.
I'm thinking 2 weeks from today because Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, let him do his job.
It is his job. He didn't set it up right.
Hold on real quick, man.
Yep. This is what I heard on our show, by the way.
I remember.
They can't live this weekend. So my thing is 2 weeks from now.
What was that close? 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, from today, because it's Memorial Day weekend. So people who are going to go out, they're going to go out this weekend because it's a holiday. Like, I got invited to some parties this weekend, and I was like, nah, I'm still social distancing. Like, but the parties are still going to continue. So we'll see how everyone who went to the parties are doing in 2 weeks.
Here's the thing,
parties,
Chloé.
Barbecues, the whole nine. I got back to all of it.
Let's be clear, right? The governor, one of the governors, or the one of the mayors of Florida, right? She admitted that she was wrong. She thought Georgia. It was going to be in Georgia.
Atlanta. It was the mayor of Atlanta. Yes.
There you go. So just think about it. Everybody's putting a big, even when you put a numbers thing, right? You put the numbers up of deaths and everything. Again, I say it again. I'm not making light of the people who died specifically because of COVID-19, right? But it's not an astronomical number as people was make the fear people were putting out, like some people. So even in Georgia, like she said, she was like, oh, don't open. They've been open for how long now? And it's not this crazy dramatic number of cases, right? Can we acknowledge that? Can we just acknowledge
Oh yeah,
we already did acknowledge
it. That's what I've been saying as well, Tony. And I've been looking at the stats, even the worldwide stats, if you put them in New Jersey, aren't that significant of deaths. Right. It's only through what, 350,000? And again, not making light of the deaths, but the overreaction, which is leading to panicking and the shortages in food. So luckily, again, you, Miguel, stocked up, but the thing is, everyone else stocked up because of that fear. Right. And if we remember, all the billionaires in the world collectively made $434 billion specifically during this time in 2 months. Come on, nah. No, thank you. And look at the unemployment rate as well to go along with that. Nah.
Can we also acknowledge that people are a lot more cautious and aware when they're going out into these environments? So they are being safer than what they would have done if we did not close down.
Thank you.
And according to people that I know that are down in Atlanta, people of color in our communities are still wearing masks and are still social distancing. So we can't even say, oh, it's Atlanta, we could take them as, the prototype, because they're still social distancing. Like, I know people who are still refusing to go out. So we'll see when everything is really open back up how it used to be, but prior to all of this. And then we can really count the numbers then. And then we also test. Everyone's not getting tested.
Yeah, but I think we could do a good job with the numbers because as John said on a New Year radio, he said there was so many people out and a lot of people wasn't wearing masks also. So, and if the mayor came out and said, because think about it, they've been open long enough that you would have. So here's the thing. If there's asymptomatic people walking around who got it, gave it, but they don't know they had it, right? So we could give you that. But there's people who get it and will feel that they got it. Those are called cases. So the case numbers should have rose and they did not. So it is, I mean, we could, as much as we are cautious and want to be safe, and which is an amazing thing, but we have to be fair and see that places that open up, the numbers didn't dramatically rise.
But I think everything, go ahead, Chloé.
I was like, cases only count when you're tested.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they only count when you're tested.
No, but hear me out. Again, if you got it, right? So again, like I said from day one, there's 4 things going to happen. You're going to get it, don't know you have it. You're going to get it, go to the hospital. They're going to say, you're fine. You got it. You're fine. You need to go home and be quarantined for 14 days. You're going to get it and be hospitalized. And then you're going to get it and you're going to die. But 3 things means you would have been tested and those would have been considered cases. So only 1. So you can't tell me on the reopening, only 1 of the 4 scenarios happened. 3 out of 1 is a lot more. So these 3 would have had to have happened, which would have showed that there was a significant increase after it was open. Here's
what I think. I think as time has passed, that to Chloe's point, a lot of people who are asymptomatic. First of all, if you're asymptomatic and you're just walking around fine, why would you go get a test? That's number 1.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those people are some of the ones who are spreading it to others who don't wind up asymptomatic. I mean, who don't wind up getting it. Then the other person is the person who has, a 1 symptom or 2, but still won't get a test, because sometimes it's like a stigma for people to say they had COVID. They don't want their job to tell them they got to go quarantine for 14 days. They don't want to say I got to go away from my wife or my husband 14 days. So they literally won't get tested. So to our point, we don't really know what the numbers really are in the cases. I mean, we know the cases because they give us the cases. We don't know how many people actually have it or don't have it.
No, I will definitely agree with that, but you left out 2 scenarios.
Well.
You still left out 2 scenarios. You just mentioned people who are asymptomatic and people who would have got it that would have been fine. So the doctors would have said, you'll be fine, just quarantine yourself 14 days. You left out the people who aren't going to be fine and they need to be hospitalized. And you left out the people that's going to be so bad they would have died. Those are still 2 out of the 4 scenarios that would have showed cases increase. You're literally leaving those out to make.
But I'm saying, no, I'm not. I'm saying because those cases we know about because they would have went. I'm saying the ones we don't know are the other ones.
If those cases was normal, right? The reinduction of the reopening, those 2 scenarios should have peaked. They should have showed more cases because those you can't refuse. People are going to get sick and die, and then people are going to get sick and have to be hospitalized. And both of those they would have tested and said they had COVID. So we've been open long enough that it should have been like, man, a lot of cases open up, and then we could say the other 2 that wasn't tested. Well, if these 2 rose, then there should be other people out there that's scared to get tested and don't know that they need to be tested. But you're leaving out that there's still 2 scenarios that should have showed an increase in cases.
What I'm saying is that the first 2, the ones who don't need it and are scared to, I think they were testing more in the beginning of this. But over time, since they don't want to have that stigma, they're testing less. So I feel like the numbers aren't accurate because, you know, I think the fear in the beginning said, you know what, I got a cold. I got a fever. Let me get tested. Now it's like, let me not because I don't want to leave my job for 14 days. So I think that's, thank you, Josh. It'll be there.
Yeah, I agree with that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that. But to your point, she did admit that she was, you know, that she was what it wasn't bad as she thought it would be. Was her response or whatever. So she didn't, you know. So I agree with that.
The Big Mike and Close point. We're not saying it's not a significant event. It's just that it's a little bit. The response was a little bit over dramatic, which has led to the panic and fear, which the wealthy have profited over tenfold. That's all.
So you asked the question, Josh. What date will be good for you?
For me, probably. I want to see what's going to happen by Tenet. Like that'll be my date because that again, Tenet would make me go to the theater.
Okay, so July 17th. Okay, all right.
And what was the date question? What date for what?
Oh yeah, that where you would feel comfortable going out and about.
Oh, okay, got you.
Well, that's today for Tony. You know,
yeah.
I'm right now. I'm going out today.
Listen, guys. I don't know if you mentioned it, but I am going to the drive-in tonight. So
we did. And we had a question about it too while you were gone. Actually.
Oh, okay.
It was about the food. Like, what do they have? And how much does it normally cost?
Hold on, real quick.
We'll never know these answers, guys. Take 12.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
but Chloe, you too, like you. Huh?
I would definitely go to a drive-in. It's in your car. Like you can socially distance while you're out.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to watch old movies, but I would go if Tenet was at the drive-in, I would go there definitely. So
yeah.
You know, if I had to, preferably I would rather go see the stuff in the theater. You know, Josh, feel the sound and stuff like that.
I mean, around
sound through your like speakers in your car. Like, do you change to a certain radio station or something?
Yeah, and apparently they like. But apparently they're like, you know, check your car for food. So I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's the part I don't like, honestly. So
right. And I mean, and the food is astronomical anyway. I've heard. I've never been, but I've also heard that the sound quality is trash. So you would have to have Bluetooth as opposed to like a radio station because it'll be like, remember back when the cars didn't have Bluetooth, so you had to have the cassette or whatever to connect your iPad. Like, nah, no, thank you.
No, thank you. Maybe if it was local, but I'm not driving to Vineland for that experience. I guess.
Oh no, absolutely not.
They're gonna open them up down here. I think it's a lot of fields. It's a lot of farm space.
I think they will. Yeah, I think they will because it's an opportunity now. Because it might not. You know what? It probably wasn't a good opportunity before because you know you got all those theaters. You got the what's the Menlo Park one, right? Up there.
Right.
Oh man, we have Menlo Park, Regal Theaters. They just closed down a theater in Westfield, which was like my little nook and cranny, but that's done. They have one in Mountainside, the one it's a lot. But I don't
like that.
To watch them. And I haven't it's like worst time ever for movie.
Okay. I don't like that Regal up there by you. That's not bad. But Menlo Park is pretty good. But I don't like the theater with the food and all. Like I don't like the experience today.
You don't like the dining?
You know what? You know what was my biggest problem is that they give you stuff like you're at a restaurant. So they give me a glass, right, of drink with no top, and it's like sit there. It's like I don't know. It's like I want a movie cup at the movies, so that kind of bothers me.
Kind of yuck, like it yucks me out too because they don't clean the menus. So
Right.
like you're touching the menu, you can't get up and wash your hands. Like I'm a germaphobe, so I wash my hands before I eat. And then like they're talking to you while the movie's playing. You can't see your food while you're eating. You don't know if something's in your food you don't like. It's a lot.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. I love the concept. This concept
it's a lot.
It's just the execution is not where it should be.
But there's a bar.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that part's cool. But in the theater part, I'm not really feeling that.
Drink at your seat. Like I want to drink at my seat, not at the bar, because I could just go to a bar before the movie. That's way better.
Right.
And I think they should initiate theater protocol, as in you can order everything you want, like during maybe the trailers during that time period. As soon as the movie starts, you can't get anything.
Yeah, leave me alone.
If they forget my barbecue sauce on my honey mustard, then it's a problem. Because they forget stuff. Like,
Chloe, what is up with you and the pesto? You love pesto, don't you? You have it on everything.
I'm obsessed with pesto sauce, and I'm obsessed with barbecue sauce and hot sauce. And give me all the sauces. Except for mayonnaise. I don't like.
I'm like, does she put pesto on every single thing she eats?
It's an addiction.
Do you have like a turkey burger with pesto on it?
Basil, Parmesan cheese. It's my favorite. And hot sauce. I put hot sauce on everything.
Hot sizzle.
Everything.
Yo, Big Mike, I meant to ask you, did you ever think about getting HBO Max?
So yeah, I got HBO. I just got HBO now because I watched Insecure. Chloe, do you watch Insecure? I know.
So I love it, but I just don't have time to watch it, and I'm like trying to stay off of social media so they don't ruin it for me. I need to just sit down and binge watch like all the episodes together so I can get a picture, because I hate waiting. Like Netflix ruined that for me.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that too right now, but I think we talked about that before. But it's interesting because it's like the binging is dope, but depending on the show, like Power or like Game of Thrones, I like the weekly because we get to talk about it all week. So so when you binge a show, you only talk about it for like a week, but when you like every week. So it depends on the show. If it's a big show, I'd rather be weekly. If it's like that, it could be, binging. But yeah, so Insecure, which I love too, Chloe. I got HBO now to watch that, Josh. And then I caught up on the last 4 or 5 episodes. But HBO Max is essentially the same thing, but they're giving you a special right now. So I'm going to cancel my HBO now and get HBO Max so I get the special, which is like $11 a month for the first 12 months. So I'm
nice.
Rather than $14.99.
That's a great deal. And they're actually releasing Joker on HBO Max. In addition, sir, just for you, I feel like they just knew that Mike was about to join HBO Max because they also are releasing Lord of the Rings.
Perfect
you are
for me,
so
right?
fortunate, sir.
You like Lord of the Rings, Mike?
No, I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
You're in for a treat.
And I've been talked about because I haven't seen it, so I gotta catch up on it.
And Josh atoned for his sins by watching Miles Morales. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I talked about on one of our New Year radios that the first one I seen in the theater, but I was on a date and I was too into the girl and trying to get in her shirt to watch the movie. So I like watching that. But this was I was like 16 or 17. It's a true story though. I was like 17 or something like that. I don't know. So, it's funny. But
which
so
is
now
why
I gotta catch up on
take dates to the films.
Unless they're into it, duh.
Well, yeah, that's a different conversation, Chloe, entirely.
Unless they're into it.
But are you gonna get it or no, Josh?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it because I do need to watch The Watchmen. So that's that. And
did I see that? That's the one. Wait, no, Umbrella Academy. That's what we're talking about.
I haven't seen that, but I do I haven't seen the whole thing, but I do want to watch the whole thing of that because it wasn't Mary J. Blige on that too. Umbrella Academy. Yeah. Did you see Umbrella Academy? Yeah.
Nah, I never heard of it. What's it about?
Like superheroes.
Yeah, they got powers and stuff like that. And they went to like a school, I guess, to kind of harness their powers.
Like,
and
like Professor X. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and it's like time travel and stuff, and
yeah.
Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen. Josh, you asked about Watchmen.
Oh yeah, that's a DC title. It's in the superhero realm, but I mean, I like the movie. The movie was cool, but apparently the show was amazing. Everyone keeps telling me it's amazing, like The Boys. So I have to see both.
Yeah, definitely watch The Boys.
Is it superheroes?
It is.
Are they like new ones? Are they like?
They're not the most popular ones, but it's DC, so they're a little bit darker. You know, it's HBO, Warner Brothers. They're very dark. Let's say. Very.
Yeah,
gritty.
they're like superheroes who like curse and they're like darker superheroes. I don't like. I mean, but they're not funny like Deadpool, but they curse and do other stuff like Deadpool. I would say.
We should watch Deadpool.
Yeah, that'd be.
It's not on here
though.
Check.
Huh?
It's not on Netflix, Mike.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna check real quick.
No, she canceled her Netflix, so.
No, I don't have Netflix, guys. I'm a moocher.
Hey.
Psych.
Nah, only Ant-Man is on here.
There's about 2 girls on my account right now, so I'll get it. So.
You got room for one more.
Right. I don't really care if it's not costing me much more money. I don't like changing my password and stuff like that. Like, it's not affecting me at all. So.
Oh, guys, I meant to ask you: have you guys ever been into The Last Airbender?
Yes, I have.
Avatar, Naruto.
Yeah. I didn't think the movie was great though. I didn't do it justice though. But
the crazy part is M. Night, even though he's getting slated for this, it actually accomplished its mission, and I guess I would be proof of that. So I've never heard of the cartoon, but after seeing the film, it made me go binge all of the cartoon on Netflix. So it worked. They got new fans.
You never seen Naruto?
I mean, I've seen it since then, and it's on Netflix as well. So that might be an interesting TV show to do a Netflix party for, as well as The Witcher. So we'll definitely add that to the list.
Oh yeah. Are we still going Back to the Future?
Oh yeah, we're doing that next. Big Mike.
Did you hear about what Netflix did with the censorship on that though?
I did, now I need to see it to be like, what would they remove?
And a part where he like looks at like a dirty magazine from the 50s or whatever. Apparently, they like got rid of that for some reason. I don't know why. Netflix shows everything, so it's so confusing to me.
I wonder what the rating was.
They probably wanted kids to watch it.
It must be. Like Disney Plus, I get it, but I don't get it for Netflix too much. So
yeah, that's true.
Higher streams if kids can watch it. I mean, we watched it. I don't remember. She
barely showing anything. It's like an old. It's like a 10-second part where he like thinks it's a comic book, but it's like a dirty mag from the 50s instead. Or whatever.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that's next. Back to the Future. So I'm excited about that. I love those movies. So.
Oh yeah, those are classics.
What's up with your cousin today? You got busy?
Perhaps. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, he's good. He's very knowledgeable. I like that.
Oh yeah, he definitely knows his comic stuff for sure.
Yeah. He's a smart dude too, I could tell. Was he in Delaware?
He is.
Okay. That's good for him. Delaware don't have many cases at all. So
yeah. And great taxes as well.
And great taxes as well.
Especially as an entrepreneur. So that's fantastic.
What's your plans for the rest of the day, Chloe?
Finishing up my schoolwork.
Okay.
I have 2 more weeks left of my semester, guys, and I'll be done.
Wow, you'll be a free agent.
Yes, I will be. Free as a bird, flying through the air.
2 more weeks is good.
I'm ready. It's over.
What about you, Big Mike? You guys talking about anything on BigMike Little Ant tonight?
Not tonight because he's going to the drive-in tonight. I think I'm gonna go watch the Issa Rae movie that just came on Netflix. Actually, so
he has a movie.
Yeah, Lovebirds. It's on there now on Netflix. So
TV's a distraction, guys, for me.
a distraction. I'm really watching it anyway. I work all the time, but I don't really have. Speaking of the beach, my family is at the beach right now. They went today, actually. So
they're at the beach
today. Like my mom, my grandma, not my house, but you know, my family. They went.
So. It is a lovely day outside.
Is it packed at the beach? That's my next question. I should look on my stories, on my Instagram stories, and see who to stay away from.
Well, stay away from John, I guess, because he was in Atlanta.
Listen, I know I already put him on the calendar. Like, let's see how he looks in 2 weeks. You got to do your own like sample studies.
Right. That's hilarious. Actually.
You do, because I have a calendar, guys. Don't get at it.
You got a calendar for real? That's hilarious.
Didn't I start on the calendar?
You were on the calendar, Josh.
Oh, because you went to Stockholm.
That was the first calendar day.
Exactly. And matter of fact, Chloé started her own calendar by going to Vegas.
I did. I put myself on the calendar. Anybody can get on this calendar, guys.
When did you go to Vegas?
For my birthday. It was the best trip of ever. Like, it was I went to LA and Vegas.
When was it though? Right around the beginning
February
of this?
22nd.
Oh wow.
So I was there from the 20th. I went to LA the 20th. No, like 18th. And then I flew to Vegas the 20th. No, I'm lying. I was out there longer than that. The 16th, I went right after Valentine's Day. Yep, I went to LA and then Vegas. I was in Vegas for a week.
Were you scared?
People. Oh my, no, I just look back at my videos and I'm like, yo, we were in such close proximity with so many people. And it was during the fight. So it was like all these gypsies from London or whatever. They were from Europe. All these gypsies, because the guy was fighting. What's his name?
Oh, this is
right. It was the big fight.
Tyson Fury and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Gypsy
King for real. I've never seen a real life gypsy until there, and there were thousands of them.
Right.
Thousands, and it was like close proximity. It was mad people out there, and we were like, you know, we were in just environments with lots of people, and then close proximity.
Wow. So you were scared when you got back?
I was like, well, because you know, when I went, it was like the beginning of the COVID thing.
Yeah.
I actually went to Home Depot to get some masks to wear on the plane. My dad took me. He's like, no, you need to get some masks or whatever. So I was like, all right, bet. But I didn't even use the mask. Thank God, because I have them now.
Oh, he is back. Oh, he switched locations too.
So now,
boy.
Yeah, sorry guys. He's fully done. The guy left already. He did everything that had to be done. So
nice. And we have to give a special shout out to Tony Stark Jr. And now your mama knows we're getting 500 subscribers. That's what I'm talking about.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Josh, I got to give some credit, man. You gave me some cool ideas in the past that I've been implementing along with a lot of other stuff. So I want to say you are one of those people that like, yo, you should do this. Yo, you should do that. I'm like, here you go with this other silly nonsense. But I feel like anything you could do to get more views. No, for real. Josh was the one that was like, dude, me and, you know, Sandy came up with the little toss a coin to your stripper. Josh like, gotta make it into a meme. I'm like, I ain't doing that. Next thing you know, all right, spent about 3 hours making a little, you know, video.
On TikTok?
No, I was thinking of it, but it is longer. It's about 2 minutes, I think. So it's longer than 60 seconds. So I would have to mess around with it.
Yeah, clip the best part. You know, maybe the hook.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because it does start off with a lot of the guy playing the guitar. So I probably could cut it down a little bit. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Also, you know, me and Mike doing our thing. I think anything you could do to get more eyes, and if you could redirect traffic to something, is definitely beneficial for content creators. So, you know, it's cool. So, you know, it's a good accomplishment for me because I'm halfway to my goal. I really want to get to get to 1,000 subscribers, because I know that's when YouTube take you serious.
That's right. You get to unlock all the features, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Can you answer our question now?
Yeah, I should be able to answer your question now. I shouldn't be interrupted again, even though I'm supposed to be doing this podcast right now with my friends. But anyway, yeah. So what was your question?
Our question was about the drive-in and the food. No, two questions. Chloe had one. Do you pay per person or is it per car?
No, it's per person. So it's $11 per person. But it is always 2 movies or more. So think about it. At the theater, it's probably $11 per person, but you get 1 movie. So at the drive-in, you pay $11 per person, and you're getting 2 movies, and again, sometimes they do 3.
Okay. And the other one was the food selection and the food cost. What was our question?
The food selection is really, really amazing. My wife actually just came in and said she was gonna make pork chops. I was like, well, we're going to the drive-in. So when we usually go to the drive-in, we just splurge because they have, I mean, you name it. You could get anything, cheese steaks, hoagies, like their selection is massive. Like, you know, when I go, I'm gonna get a if they're giving out, I'm gonna ask them, could I get a menu? But I mean, you name it, they got pizza, like it's like pretty much going to I don't know, just like not a restaurant, but like, you know, a deli. Yeah, a deli or something, you know, or a pizza shop. They make everything, and the snacks is like just endless. I mean, they you name it, they have it. That's our probably our favorite thing, is because you know me and you, we love movies, so I can watch a movie anywhere. But when we go to drive-in, it's kind of like you taking it to the next level. Like, hey guys, we're gonna go to drive-in, get whatever you want. We're sitting there, and then you get your intermission break in between movies, so the kids run around. We could put our chairs outside. I don't know if you can do that now, but you put your chairs outside and have a little blanket if it's getting chilly. One time my friend went with it, and he got a pickup truck, so he turned his truck around the other way. We was laying in the flatbed. It's great. We seen Boys in the Hood for that one, and Boys in the Hood and Escape, and that was pretty cool, you know, laying in the flatbed. So yeah, so the food is very vast, and the prices surprisingly are pretty good. The prices aren't sky high, so that's another thing. When we go, get whatever you want, you know, it's cool.
So
if it's not a far drive for you, it's worth it. I'm not saying it's something you're going to do every weekend, but for us, we do it a few times a year. Like summertime, we're going to do it, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times, you know, because it's like an event, you know, it's like, you know, oh, let's go to the drive-in.
So with the COVID, are you still going to eat the snacks?
I eat the snacks when I go to the dollar store.
I mean, those are not being prepared by like a person.
I eat the snacks when I go to McDonald's. Being prepared by a person, getting handed to me by a person.
Oh, you've been eating takeout. Okay.
Yeah. I'm still alive. Hold on. I got COVID. What? I'm still alive in COVID-19? How are you still alive?
So Chloe,
yeah,
you haven't got any takeout in the last 2 months?
In 2.5 months.
See, and that's to Josh's point. It's this fear that's literally changing people's minds. Like people are doing certain things.
Can I just explain my thought process?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If I were to go to Chick-fil-A, which is where I would probably go for fast food,
not today.
And then I would get a Chick-fil-A sandwich and eat it, and then start sneezing the next day, I'm gonna be like, "Dag, I got the COVID from Chick-fil-A, and I should have done it." Like if I'm going to take the risk, it's going to be on something that's worth it.
You're going to go to Ruth Chris.
Yes.
I got you.
Or like a restaurant where they're hibachi. Maybe. I don't know. Hibachi probably, because I can see them cooking for me and I can see if they're being sanitary.
Right.
But like I'm not going to risk it for like $1 cheeseburger.
Fastidious. I got you.
What about for like a Grubhub from like a hibachi restaurant or a restaurant? Or no, you're not supposed to. Oh wow. So you've been cooking. So you've been cooking every day for the last few months.
Okay, yes. You see me cooking, Mike? What do you think?
I know.
The pasta.
That's great.
Hey,
wait. Do we know how they're handling the food at the supermarkets though? Because the same parameters apply.
Well, when we go grocery shopping, we have a system. We bring all the grocery bags in. We put all the groceries out on the counter. We wipe everything down with the disinfectant wipes, and then we put it away, wash our hands, wash the counter. So like that's the system we've been using with everything that we bring into the house.
You know what? Not for nothing, it's fair. Like, I think Mike had a good point. Mike said, listen, if you want to go, go. If you want to stay home, stay home. And I feel like if you want to take extra precaution just to be safe, that's cool. Like I was not arguing, but debating with my son about the mask, right? So his point, he's 21 years old. His point is he's seen some people putting the makeshift mask on and get a lighter and be able to still blow out the lighter. He was like, dude, how much does that protect you? I said, listen, I hear what you're saying, but it's called precaution. For instance, if I use the illustration of 4 feet away from me, right? And I'm able to cough and it could get on that person, right? Fine, right? But the person who's 10 feet away and I cough, it won't, the mask is saving them. So at the end of the day, you're still being precautious. Are you stopping it from getting everybody? No, it's makeshift mask, but you're still doing your part. So he was like, what's the point then? I was like, dude, then you make it like, might as well get rid of the yellow light, right? So if we're driving down the street, it should either be red or green, right? But no, you have that yellow is to slow you down. So our mask is to slow it down, you know, and that's, you know, so we got to look at, so Chloe, you being extra cautious, that's cool. Like Mike said, that's for you, you know? And if I want to run out there early this morning and say, I made 500 with no mask on, all right, I'm being extreme. But yeah. You know?
Yeah, and you know, everything has benefits to me. You know, like she's cooking every day, so she's probably eating healthier than she would have. She can get takeout than it would have been, you know, for the last 2 months.
Money, saving so much money.
Yeah, so everything has its own, you know, benefit. In it. Yeah, and that way too. Oh, and Josh, to answer your question, I forgot. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my boy has been doing his own like sort of show, and I guest on a couple of times. That's what I'm doing today after this, and It's called Brews with the Crew, except for me. But most of the time, he'll like have a beer with one of our friends, and we talk about older movies, which we'll watch the night before. So I don't drink, so I can't do the brew part. But we talked about old movies. So last night I watched American Ninja from 1985, and we're going to kind of talk about that today on his Facebook Live. Or Facebook page or something.
Who's in that film?
Oh man, Michael Dudikoff or something like that. He's like a
that movie.
Yeah. So the last time we did what did we do, Tony? We did with the Stallone movie. With the,
we did Stallone versus.
Not me and you. No, I'm talking about me and my boy. What I tell you I watched with the mountains and stuff like that. What's it called? Cliffhanger, right?
Yeah, Cliffhanger. Yeah.
We did Cliffhanger, Josh, from 1993 or whatever.
Okay.
So we watched that the night before, and then talked about like, does the movie hold up today? What do we think of stuff back then compared to now? It's a pretty good thing. So it's pretty cool. So
very nice. And what's the name of the stream?
It's called Brews with the Crew. It's like its own concept, watching older 80s and 90s movies and reviewing them with his boys. So I like it. So I just go in there and do it for him, stuff like that.
Could you send link to the chat, please?
Yeah, I gotta get it for Tony too. So I'm gonna give it today.
I would love to see him watch Only the Strong. I want to see how that movie held up.
Okay. I'll ask him about it.
You don't even remember that movie, do you?
Unfortunately, Tony, we're not senior citizens yet, so we don't.
That's the movie that brought to the United States Capoeira as like a, you know, people actually knew what that was. Like that's the fighting style doing where you dance.
Oh, I remember that movie now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, you're a senior citizen, huh? Yeah. Crazy how that works.
Touche. Yeah, I actually did see that movie though. I remember that whole thing. Yeah. It wasn't a great movie though, but it was, you know, it was okay. So
the martial arts in that was awesome.
Martial arts was awesome. Yeah. You know, you're right about that. I don't know. I was kind of bored of some of the dialogue. I remember that movie though.
Yeah. So. Hey, let me ask a technical question, Josh. On my screen, it's not full. Can you make this screen full? Like with Zoom and all that, or does it look like this? Like it has a space for comments on the side, on the right side, and
that's just the interface on our end, on the back end. But on the actual channel, it's a complete full screen.
Okay, no, I mean for me, I can't make it full screen, right?
I mean, I can't make it full screen either, but I don't know. Okay. I don't think I would need to, given the mechanism, just to see everything in the command center here.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
And Tony, you guys still doing your podcast before you go to the drive-in?
No, my buddy actually just tried to call me, but I texted him and said, "Hey, I'm still doing a thing," and he said it might be a wash because it seems like a lot of people are busy. So.
I got you.
Yeah, so maybe not. But I did say, if my friends do see this, I apologize. But I did say to Mike that I don't want to leave this early anymore. I'd rather, if I'm already doing this, I'd rather stay doing this, and then I'll just have to get into that late. So hopefully I could get them to commit to 5 and not 4, so then I could be able to do both efficiently. But you know, I'm only staying because of Chloe, to be honest with you.
Chloe this.
Chloe left us last week to go dance at a birthday party.
Yeah, I did. It was my mom's birthday.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm not staying for Chloe. I'm staying for Josh.
You gotta allow that.
Okay, wait, never mind. I'm only staying for Josh.
The North Rivers, Tony.
Yes, sir.
So Tony, since you're free, maybe we could do our show if we got enough. You know, I don't know how busy you are. So
I think we could be. I think the only thing is, I'll double check with him. I'm pretty. It sounds like it's not going to happen. And Sandy's cooking pork chops. But other than that, yeah, man, I think we should. I think we got a stacked show, guys.
All right.
Make sure you check out BigMike Little Ant the next episode because it's going to be good. Well, they're all good, but.
Absolutely. And all the links are in the descriptions for everyone, including Tony's 500 subscriber video. So congrats once again.
Thank you, sir.
And everyone enjoy their day and have fun.
All right. See you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Hey, Tony, let me know. Tony, text me. Let me know.